Within just a few weeks, I was literally making thousands in revenue each and every day. I just wished I found it sooner.
I thought it was just how much money you sink into advertising and a good luck streak. Man, was I wrong. After using Shopifortunes, my business has turned into a near overnight success. I'm earning over $45,000 a month in revenue, and it's all thanks to Tim's advice.
All it took was a few minutes a day to get started. I never thought making money online was so easy.
Shopifortunes showed me how to start my own online Shopify business while still working another full-time job.
Can you imagine never having to worry about money again? Sure, there's the flashy cars, the 3-story mansions, the 6-month-long tropical vacations on a private island on the other side of the world. Typical daydream stuff. But what about the feeling of being unspeakably rich? What about not having to take orders from a boss that doesn't remember your name? Or never again forcing a smile to a client just to make sure they don't complain about you to HR? What about being able to do whatever you want with your life? Not having to slave away for months just to afford a trip that's over in less than a week, but instead doing what you love every single day. Can you imagine that kind of life? Most people think about making it big and see images of all these expensive luxuries and how different their life would be if they were surrounded by them. But what they don't realize is that the absolute best thing about not having to think about money is the freedom it provides. The freedom to pursue what it is that truly interests you. The freedom to actually make a difference in the world rather than just trying to scrape by within it. And the freedom to choose how you want to live your life, no matter what. This is the real gift of wealth. Freedom, which is sweeter than any 5-star gourmet meal, more empowering than the growl of any supercharged sports car, and more liberating than admiring the sunset on your own private beachfront property. Well, can you imagine that? I could, and I wanted it bad. But it wasn't until a fateful encounter with a man named Lucas that I discovered how to finally get my hands on that freedom. You see, Lucas was part of the Syndicate, a group of e-commerce geniuses that had found a way to set up on autopilot and maintain Shopify stores to stack up massive profits faster than anyone before them had ever done. It wasn't illegal, it wasn't immoral, and it didn't take emptying life savings, selling off all worldly possessions, or even working hours into the night. In fact, it was so easy to do that all it took was just a few hours a week to get started. Most syndicate members didn't even have to quit their jobs to start bringing in money. This explosive process takes advantage of numerous marketing and business processes to help make your e-commerce store more successful than you ever thought possible. And today, I'm going to share with you the secret behind the Syndicate Perfected System, which I've turned into a proven program called Shopifortunes. Not because I want something from you, not because I need your help, and not because I have to. I'm sharing this with you today because I know what it's like to be in your shoes. To be trapped in a job, in a life that didn't give me the fulfillment I felt starved of or the independence I craved so much. And I want you to feel what it's like to be completely and utterly free. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you a bit about who I am and what my life was like before I met Lucas. My name's Tim Rose. I'm the creator of Shopifortunes. And less than a year ago, I was working as a Starbucks barista in San Francisco, USA. It wasn't the most glamorous job, but then again, I wasn't the most glamorous person either. I didn't have much college education to speak of. My work experience was erratic and inconsistent, and while I certainly had a solid work ethic, I was a bit of a slow learner too. Even still, I'd worked at Starbucks for a couple of years already. Now, what really drew me to the job in the first place was my love of high quality coffee, how the layers of flavor build off and complement each other, how even just a small change in the brewing process can completely change the taste and the feel of a cup. I was a coffee purist, you could say. In fact, it was always my dream to open up a chain of upscale coffee shops that really embraced and embodied my love of coffee. Shops which showed people that coffee didn't always have to be burnt, blended, and covered up by overly sweet syrups. It could be so much more, but at the time, that dream seemed out of this world. There's no way I could ever gather up the capital needed to open up those shops, I thought. It looked like I was stuck, and I would just have to settle. Despite my love of the bean, I'd spent the past several years making foamy flavored lattes and sugary blended frappuccinos for random customers and daily regulars alike. And as much as I felt like a sellout, the job did give me a chance to meet some pretty interesting people. There was one regular customer in particular that seemed to have the same love for pure coffee as I did. And man, was he a character. This was Lucas. Each day he'd pull up to the drive-thru window in his red Ferrari at 1:30 p.m. on the dot and order the same 2 drinks, 2 triple shots of espresso, all shots pulled short, also known as ristretto in the coffee shop biz, and made after he paid, not before. He wanted it as fresh as humanly possible, and to make up for any inconvenience it caused, he always paid for the drink of the next 3 people waiting in line behind him. Lucas was always an incredibly generous tipper too. Where most people would give $1 per drink at most, Lucas always tipped 5 apiece or 10 together. And best of all, he wasn't a snob or a jerk. In fact, he always wore casual sneakers and a hoodie every time I saw him. Needless to say, I loved making Lucas's drinks. And though I've been serving him for near a year and we were always friendly, I never got the courage to ask him what it was he did. How did he make his money? How did he afford those cars? And how did he always come off so free, so careless and collected? Till one day I finally got the chance. One day when the drive-thru was packed, Lucas came into the store instead of waiting in line. That's when I finally asked, "Lucas, what is it you do anyway?" Why was he pulling up in this amazing car, dating these beautiful women and never seeming like you're stressed out or rushing to meet a deadline? He smiled, grabbed his drinks off the counter, looked me dead in the eye and said, "Shopify." That was it. Then he was gone before I could say another word. Of course, right after work I ran home, looked into starting up a Shopify store. I read tutorials, researched tips from Shopify users, watched video guides, pretty much immersed myself entirely in trying to find a way to get out of Shopify whatever it was that had made Lucas so successful. But as much as I learned, it all seemed so incredibly hard. There was market research, finding a successful niche, going through the agony of actually building a store, branding, finding suppliers, marketing, customer support, and of course actually getting traffic to your store. The list went on and on. And as much as I wanted Lucas's life, I just didn't think I was cut out for it. The next day, Lucas came in as usual, ordered the same 2 drinks as usual, and sped off in whatever supercharged sports car he was driving that day, as usual. But this time he left his phone on the counter by accident. For the next few hours, it buzzed and beeped with notifications like, "You've got a new sale!" nearly non-stop. It seemed like every other minute the phone let out another ka-ching like a cash register. What I guessed signaled another customer. I couldn't believe how much business this guy was doing. On my break, I looked up Lucas on LinkedIn and shot him over a quick email. I gotta let one of my coworkers give it to him tomorrow on my day off, but to tell you the truth, I wanted to learn a bit more about him. Within 30 seconds of sending the email, my inbox lit up with his response. "Dude, thanks so much for that," he said. "Come by and drop it off after work if you could. I've got something to show you." After my shift, I followed his directions and wound up turning down this long, beautiful driveway that snaked through perfectly maintained landscaping, expertly trimmed hedges, and beautifully towering palm trees. Finally, I caught a glimpse of the enormous estate and Lucas's signature red Ferrari, along with a sky blue Lamborghini and a jet black Mercedes-Benz G-Class SUV out front. Needless to say, my jaw hit the floor. This was the most beautiful home I'd ever seen. Lucas, standing out front like he knew exactly when I'd arrived, smiled, waved me inside to his study. After a few words of excited thanks, he brought me over to his computer and said he wanted me to see something. "This," Lucas said, "is what I do." I recognized the Shopify dashboard on screen from what I'd done a little bit of research the night before, but what looked so much different about it than any other dashboard I'd seen was the profits. Lucas had racked up more than $160,000 in earnings over the course of just 1 month. And to top it all off, he told me that this was just one of his stores. He had at least 10 more just like it. And he built all of this on his own. Where were the in-house IT guys? What about the flashy marketers? Where were all of his employees? Where was all of his product stock? He told me he didn't need them. Any of them. He ran all of his businesses by himself. He had contacts like manufacturers, sure, but for the business side of things, he managed it all. This is what I wanted to show you, he told me. I belong to a group of elite Shopify masterminds that have cracked the code for taking advantage of any e-commerce model. We call ourselves the Syndicate. And we've streamlined building and running an online store so that it's infinitely more profitable than any other model. And on top of that, we found a way to do it on autopilot so that these businesses basically run themselves. No drop shipping, no shady practices, no breaking into any systems. This was 100% legitimate business that no one else had taken advantage of yet. And best of all, anyone could do it. In fact, the other syndicate members were made up of mothers, retirees, college dropouts, every type of person you wouldn't expect to be making millions of dollars a year. And he wanted to teach me these syndicate secrets. After we made a deal that I would wash his car and bring him coffee every day for a month, that is. It was only later that I found out he didn't care about the car washing or the daily Java delivery, of course. Why would he? He was a millionaire, after all. No, he told me later that I reminded him of himself not less than 2 years ago. He too was stuck in a dead-end job with nothing more than an undying belief that he was cut out for more, that he had potential for something so much bigger than the soul-crushing day-to-day grind he felt trapped in. And after he did finally make it big, after finding the syndicate, he knew he had to bring other people with that same kind of potential out of the monotonous and hopeless world he used to live in. It's his new meaning in life, and I was his very first project. And once he taught me what he knew, I shot off like a rocket. I started using his lessons, joined the exclusive online syndicate group, and took advantage of the autopilot hacks he showed me. In just 27 days, I was making $27,000, all without any marketing education, any paid ads, and any factory stock or business experience at all. Soon enough, I was making enough money every day to finally quit Starbucks and work on my Shopify empire full time. And once I made that leap, the money really started rolling in. And boy, was it amazing. I started buying nicer clothes, picked up a new car. I even started investing in real estate, both for myself and to start a new revenue stream. But best of all was the feeling of freedom that came with my new lifestyle. I slept in, worked when I wanted, picked up new hobbies, and best of all, answered to no one but myself. I was happier, more confident, less stressed. I was more me than I ever was, clocking in every day and worrying about how I was going to afford next month's rent. My family and friends even started to notice not just my new lifestyle and all the flashy toys I bought, but my demeanor, how I carried myself. I had changed entirely. I was looser, calmer, quicker to smile than I'd ever been, they said. A girl from my gym who I was always too afraid to talk to, she was drop dead gorgeous, way out of my league, actually asked me out. That kind of thing never happened to me. It was like my life just kind of fell into place, and eventually I saved up enough money to finally develop my own chain of coffee houses, my dream. But instead of the artificially flavored lattes and sugary frappuccinos I was handing out to customers at Starbucks before, we served real coffee, just the way I'd always loved it. We're growing like crazy too, going national next year as a matter of fact. Thanks to Lucas and the syndicate, I was finally able to give up the dreary day-to-day life of working in a dead-end job and just barely scraping by. Thanks to them, I finally found fulfillment and passion. Thanks to them, I finally found the freedom I was looking for. And thanks to Lucas's desire to help others like him get more out of life and reach their full potential, I'm where I'm at today. That's why I feel so compelled to spread the message to others, just like Lucas spread it to me. Think of it as paying it forward. You too can live this life. You can break away from the day-to-day grind, from the passionless desk job or the thankless retail industry. You can reimagine and rebuild your life into one driven by purpose, by meaning, and most importantly of all, by freedom. I know because I've done it. And trust me, when you finally get a taste of that unbridled freedom, you're gonna wonder how you ever lived without it. So what's Shopifortunes like anyways? The program is laid out like this. Each stage of building and running a massively successful Shopify store is broken down into detail by video courses. They're easy to follow, don't require any mind-numbing reading, and are full of real-life examples to follow. These courses pack in more than 10 hours of video content, not including extra activities and work plans. Think of it like an online university that offers plenty of different classes, and each class focuses on a crucial aspect of the 6 phases of starting and maintaining your prosperous store. Throughout the program, each course will take you through the nuts and bolts of all 6 critical phases of opening up your online shop. From analyzing your market and building your brand, all the way to launching your site, streamlining your business, and scaling for success. Each phase comes with clear, actionable guidelines and downloadable work plans that'll let you and your online store thrive more than ever before. I'll also show you how to avoid those all too common pitfalls that claim 99% of Shopify newbies before they've reached their prime. Plus, the Shopifortunes program also gives you everything you need to tackle 2 of the biggest problems for new Shopify stores: setting up your shop and bringing in customers quickly without breaking the bank. Most people stop dead in their tracks when they realize all the work that goes into building their store from scratch. But with Shopifortunes, you'll learn simple plug and play hacks that can literally get your store up and running within just 5 minutes. You can even set up a whole network of stores in just a few hours so you can start earning even more, all in less than a day. And once you are set up, Shopifortunes shows you how to bring droves of customers right to your business automatically. No endless nights of marketing, no hiring out to an advertising specialist, and best of all, no additional costs. It's completely free traffic. It doesn't get better than that. On top of that, you'll learn some of the most tightly held secrets being used day in and day out by the syndicate to make millions in fresh earnings every single week. It's a no-fluff look at what it really takes to make it as a Shopify store owner and to make your fortune doing it. You may be wondering what makes these proven strategies different from other Shopify store startup guides. Well, let's take a look at how Shopifortunes stands out from the rest. It requires no additional investment. That means you can forget about sinking hundreds into online advertisements or complicated and costly marketing plans. Shopifortunes shows you how to supercharge your online business, take advantage of free traffic, and let others do the product promotion for you. So you can just sit back, relax, and watch your earnings grow and grow. No dropshipping. Selling and shipping products directly from a third-party vendor, also known as dropshipping, can be incredibly hectic, and most people with this store model end up failing within their first few months. Plus, the profit margins are razor thin, so even if you do succeed, it'll take years before you're seeing the kinds of returns you've been dreaming of. And worst of all, you often have to buy loads of stock and keep it in a warehouse to actually start making money, and that means a huge investment on your part. Shopifortunes isn't a dropshipping guide. Instead, it focuses on real, actionable steps you can take to maximize profits and get your fantastic product to as many people as possible, and without any big financial investment. There's no experience necessary. Anyone can start making money right now. You don't have to be a business genius, a master salesman, or an innovative virtuoso. Heck, you don't even have to have a company or a PayPal account. There's no need to wait. This program is streamlined for success and has been honed and refined to offer the quickest way to start bringing in earnings right away. Plus, it lets you go at your own pace, too. So whether you want to jump right in or take it slower and start alongside your 9-to-5, Shopifortunes caters to you. And it only takes a few minutes to get your store up and running. No kidding, you can start earning today. Shopifortunes is a no-hassle program. With just 5 minutes a day, you can build and maintain one ultra-profitable online store, or as many as you'd like. If you know how to read your email, you can get the most out of Shopifortunes. It's as easy as that. There's no need for a groundbreaking idea either. Best of all, you don't have to have $1 million idea for a product to get started. Shopifortunes takes you through the market research process so that you can identify product gaps that you can tap into for serious profits. It's perfect for beginners and established shop owners alike. Whether you're just starting out or already have a Shopify store, the syndicate secrets in Shopifortunes can show you how to maximize profitability and establish a proven marketing plan that'll help you scale quickly and successfully. There truly is no other program quite like it. When you combine it with the syndicate autopilot hacks you'll learn about inside, it can mean you'll be raking in the cash without hardly lifting a finger. Here's what just a few of our members have said in the past about what happens when they start using Shopifortunes.
I was sitting on the perfect idea for a product for years while I slaved away at my full-time job. I just didn't know how to get started on my own and was so afraid to take the leap. Then I found Shopifortunes. It gave me the direction and expert tips I needed to build up my store in just minutes, market my brand, and start bringing in customers from the very first day. Today, I've grown my online store's profits tenfold since I first started. And best of all, I'm finally my own boss.
I've had the entrepreneurial spirit since I was selling candy bars to classmates way back in middle school, and I've always known I wanted to start my own business, but I never got that lightning bolt inspiration for what I should actually sell. Shopifortunes helped me analyze the market and come up with the perfect product. Plus, it showed me how to grow my store and spread the word across the internet like wildfire. Now, I own 6 different stores I built using the same model, and I'm literally making thousands of dollars every day.
These are just some of the amazing success stories from store owners we've coached in the past. And as you can see, whether you're just starting out or already have a Shopify store that just isn't quite living up to your expectations, the proven strategies in Shopifortunes can revolutionize both your business and your life. Let's take a closer look at the 6 phases of success that we'll dive into over the course of the program. And remember, each phase is broken down into easy to understand interactive lessons, professionally produced videos, and actionable steps you can take today to start earning more immediately. So what kinds of topics are covered in Shopifortunes? Phase 1, defining your product. This stage is often the one that holds people back the longest. Understanding what it is you're trying to sell and who it is you're trying to sell it to is a critical component of any business. This phase will show you how to properly define your product and really take a look at whether there's a market for it. Best of all, if you don't have a product to start with but have the passion for building an online store without it, this phase will help you zero in on that $1 million idea. Phase 2, building and branding your online store. This stage is just as crucial as the first. In order for your product to succeed, it doesn't just have to have a real-world value, it has to have appeal. It must have that special kind of feel to it that separates it from other products on the market, and that's where branding comes in. Think of a business as a kind of meal. While the product itself provides the nutritional value, the calories, the vitamins, the minerals, the branding is the flavor. It's the soul of your product. And in many cases, it's what gets your customers to click buy in the end. If you want your product to be a runaway hit, it's got to have both solid functionality and strong branding. This phase will help you set up your branding strategy in less than 5 minutes. Build your online store around that strategy. Phase 3. Let's get technical. Once you've worked out the core idea behind your product and created your online store, it's time to hammer out the details. How do you actually get your product built? Where do you go to find the product you want to sell? What about packaging and distribution? And maybe most importantly, how can you price your product to fuel long-term growth and success? This phase goes into the nitty-gritty details behind building up your business so you can learn how to avoid those sneaky mistakes that cost so many sellers both their store and their livelihood. It's a no-nonsense look at the logistics behind running a successful store without all the confusing jargony mumbo-jumbo. Phase 4, building buzz and tapping into your audience. Marketing. It's one of the biggest hang-ups for Shopify store owners. And when it isn't done correctly, it can mean a product with $1 million potential can end up falling between the cracks and going under forever. This phase will show you the multi-level marketing hacks that have netted syndicate members exponential growth from day 1. From building a customer pipeline for automatically bringing in new leads to the unlimited potential of influencer marketing, this stage has the tips and tricks you need to both connect with and grow your audience more than you ever thought possible. Phase 5, ready, set, launch. Once you've actually got your store up and running, that doesn't mean it's time to sit back and watch sales come in. There's still plenty of other details to iron out first. Dependable customer service, smooth payment processing, and hiring more staff are all integral to streamlining your business and ensuring your future success. This phase will help you knock out those crucial details before going live, and that means on day one, you'll hit the ground running. Phase 6, Syndicate Secrets for Scaling to Success. One of the best things about an online store is the fact that scaling is so much simpler than with a brick and mortar shop. That being said, just because it's simple, doesn't mean it's easy. In fact, scaling too quickly or too recklessly can actually end up tanking an otherwise successful business. In the end, growth can be tricky if you don't know what you're doing. That's why this last phase tackles the problem of effectively scaling your store and your brand as a whole. Optimizing customer experience, bringing in upsells and product suggestions, and learning how to juggle more orders and higher inventory are all part of this critical phase. And with the Syndicate Secrets included, you'll be more than well prepared to handle six-figure scaling in no time. It's growth done right. Each phase of building and growing your business is 100% crucial to your success. And these 6 modules show you the fastest and the smartest ways to expand your online store quickly while avoiding any critical mistakes along the way. And don't worry about getting lost in all the information either. Each phase is broken down to easy to understand, actionable steps and guidelines. Plus, the interactive lessons and work plans help ensure that you truly understand what it takes to bring your Shopify store to the next level. Best of all, you'll learn the exclusive Syndicate secrets that have made members like me and Lucas millions. That's not all you get when you join up right now. Because today, and today only, I'm also giving each new member access to my elite mentorship package for free. This package includes 5 incredible bonuses to help you make starting your Shopify business even easier, and of course, more profitable too. Free bonus number 1, free registration to elite online group Syndicate Prodigies. Ambition is a social quality. The more you surround yourself with people who embody ingenuity and success, the more accomplished you'll become. And it's with this in mind that we created Syndicate Prodigies, an exclusive online group dedicated to bringing the best minds in the business together. Here, you'll have the direct access to the Syndicate team as well as other successful entrepreneurs, marketing gurus, and elite business owners to help keep you motivated, accountable, and ahead of the curve. And when you join the Syndicate today, you'll get access to this restricted group for free. Free bonus number 2, exclusive interview, marketing pro tips from today's major influencers. The key to reaching as enormous of an audience as possible is tapping into the power of influencer marketing. This exclusive interview with some of the most successful marketing gurus will give you the insights and tools you need to connect with big name influencers like Huda Kattan, Lele Pons, Zach King, and Cameron Dallas. Free bonus number 3, no hassle marketing templates. Don't know what to say when it comes to writing up marketing emails or reaching out to major influencers? Don't worry, we've got you covered. These simple yet powerful templates will do all the work for you. Just copy and paste, fill in the blanks with relevant info, and hit send. Couldn't be easier. No hassle, no fuss, and no wasting time figuring out what to say and how to say it. Free bonus number 4, Social Media Mastery Mini Course. Taking advantage of social media has become both the cheapest and the most effective method of marketing your product. And while being a social media master isn't necessarily required for a 7-figure success, it sure as hell makes it a whole lot easier. This mini e-course focuses specifically on the smartest ways to use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat to supercharge your marketing efforts. Free bonus number 5, +1 Syndicate membership, perfect for colleagues and business partners. Last but not least, when you get your business up and running with Shopifortunes today, I'm going to comp 1 free extra membership for your business partner, colleague, or associate. They'll have access to the same interactive lesson plans, proven work plans, and marketing growth hacks as you, but at no additional cost. It doesn't get better than that. And when you sign up today, you'll get access to all 5 of these bonuses at no cost to you. But don't wait around too long. This deal won't last forever, and seats are filling up faster than you think. So, click the link below to get instant access to the exclusive Syndicate secrets of Shopifortunes and all 5 of these free bonuses today. Now, you may still be wondering if this program is right for you. And believe me, I know how easy it is to find a reason not to go out on a limb and do what you love. Most people are scared stiff by change, even if it's good change. Don't worry though. Once you've built your online store, become your own boss, and started seeing those substantial weekly profits begin stacking up in your bank account, you won't be able to imagine ever going back to the old daily grind. But for now, let's look at some of the most frequently asked questions that my clients have before taking the leap. I have a great idea, but I'm no tech whiz. Will I still be able to get the most out of Shopifortunes? Absolutely. I've personally designed this program to be as easy to follow as possible. The steps you need to take during each phase are clearly outlined, and the work plans, interactive lessons, and simple strategies all work together to make sure you fully understand what it takes to start selling fast. If you know how to read your email, you'll be just fine. I promise. I don't have a good idea for a product yet, but I'd love to start up my own online store. Can Shopifortunes help? Absolutely. Again, not all great ideas come to you while you're in the shower or from divine inspiration. We all love the idea of the light bulb moment, but sometimes it takes a bit of brainstorming, research, and good old-fashioned hard work to find that $1 million idea. This program will help you identify gaps in markets and zero in on the product that'll help you make a fortune. So even if you don't have an idea already, Shopifortunes can surely help you find one. Is Shopifortunes mobile optimized? Streamable, downloadable. What about lifetime access? Yes, yes, and yes. You can hunker down and watch the full course via streaming if you've got an internet connection. Or you can download each module to your computer or smart device and learn without Wi-Fi connectivity. And best of all, once you enroll with Shopifortunes, you get access to all of its content. This program is super flexible, so you don't have to be. What's this I hear about more lessons being released later? As part of this one-time offer, when you sign up with Shopifortunes today, you'll get exclusive access to the incredible bonus materials in my elite mentorship package I mentioned before. I'll be releasing these bonuses over the course of several weeks once they become available. I'll send them directly to you. No hassle required. What's this I hear about bonus materials? As part of this one-time offer, when you sign on with Shopifortunes today, you'll get exclusive access to the incredible bonus materials in my elite mentorship package I mentioned before. With your order, I'll send over your exclusive access to these bonuses immediately. No hassle required. What kind of other support programs come with Shopifortunes? In addition to the program's customer support team, partnering with Shopifortunes will also give you exclusive access to a private Facebook group, Syndicate Prodigies, reserved for entrepreneurs, prosperous store owners, and Shopify superstars like yourself. I know that surrounding yourself with successful people is one of the best ways to get to the top. And here, you'll find like-minded contacts that'll keep you motivated, energized, and well-connected to profit-boosting industry influencers. How do refunds work? I'm 100% certain that this program works. After all, I'm living proof. And I'm so confident that Shopifortunes could help you start a thriving and prosperous online store in no time that I'm offering an ironclad 60-day guarantee on each and every purchase. If you aren't satisfied with the result for any reason, I will give you a full refund. It's an entirely risk-free way to get your business up and running. Last but not least, can I keep my current job while I get my online store off the ground? 1,000 times yes! The beauty of Shopifortunes is that its strategies and action plans are more streamlined than any other program. Even if you're working another full-time job, you can still launch your online store with less than an hour of extra work a week. Plus, it only takes a few minutes to get your shop actually set up and established. So even if you're a bit hesitant to go all in right away, you can certainly build up your Shopify store while holding down your current job. But before long, you'll be making so much you won't have to. Sounds pretty good, right? And all you have to do is click below to get started. Easy as that. Now, the only problem is that the e-commerce industry is set to keep on growing in the coming years. In 2017 alone, e-commerce made up about 10% of the global retail sales, but by 2021, it's expected to take over as much as 17.5% of all retail sales across the world. That's a growth of more than 71% in just 4 years. Some experts predict that global e-commerce could be a $4 trillion market. That's trillion with a T by 2020. But as more platforms like Shopify develop and continue to grow in popularity, the window of opportunity is going to keep shrinking. Sure, people like me who already have an established store and brand are going to be raking in more than ever, We're talking 7-figure earnings here. But for the people who wait too long to seize this opportunity, or just as importantly, don't know how to do it right, this expansion of the industry can actually make it harder to bring in some seriously life-changing profit. And sure, you don't have to put in the extra hour of work a week. You don't have to quit the daily grind, and you don't have to take your life into your own hands. It's true. This life is what you make of it. And to tell you the truth, you don't have to do anything at all. And take it from me, you'll never have the same level of freedom if you don't. And there's nothing more intoxicating, empowering, or liberating than having the freedom to form your life into exactly what you've always wanted it to be. And when you finally get a taste of that freedom, it changes everything. That's why I've decided to share my secrets of the syndicate with people just like you. People who are trapped in the daily grind, working paycheck to paycheck every week, and are stuck convincing themselves that things are bound to change on their own someday. They have to. Because a future where they don't is just too hard to face. The Shopifortunes system gives you the power to make that change yourself, rather than waiting for change to drop into your lap, if it ever does. And it's my goal, my responsibility, to give that power to others, just like Lucas gave it to me. I've also enlisted some of my fellow syndicate members to help along the way too. Now we're opening up these secrets to the public, but only to a very limited number of people. This foolproof system and the proven strategies within it are powerful, sure, but the more people that use them, the less there is to be made for everyone else, and that includes me. That's why I'm offering access to these syndicate secrets for a single, one-time investment of $37 rather than for nothing at all. Honestly, I don't need the money. As I've said, I have more than I ever dreamt of, and I see no signs of things slowing down anytime soon. But if it were any cheaper, the market would be way too saturated. It would no doubt have a serious impact on my business. I also didn't want to outprice the real audience I was trying to reach, the day-to-day workers, just like I was. And trust me, this is a small price to pay for a lifetime of freedom. And when you follow these proven step-by-step guidelines, that's exactly what you'll get. So follow the steps below to get started in just a few minutes. Just to recap, this singular investment in your future will give you absolutely everything you need to succeed in building and running your Shopify store empire, all in one program. Complete access to the Shopifortunes program includes 10 plus hours of exclusive course video content taught by syndicate masterminds like me, and the added coursework, action plans, and valuable supplementary material. A complete guide to product sourcing that takes the hassle out of finding your $1 million idea and delivering it to your ideal customers. Plug and play store setup guide that walks you through how to build your Shopify presence quickly, beautifully, and strategically to earn maximum earnings from day one. Cut and paste marketing templates and little known hacks crafted to funnel in customers from multiple channels automatically keep your sales sky high. Free registration to the elite online group Syndicate Prodigies so you can connect with industry entrepreneurs and masterminds just like you. An exclusive interview with leading Shopify vendors so you can learn the secrets to success right from the mouths of the people that have built their fortunes from them. A free +1 membership to the entire Shopifortunes program at no cost to you. A great way to bring in a friend or business partner and expand your money-making potential. I have to warn you though, time is running out. We've already sold over 85% of the enrollment positions available. Our syndicate masterminds can only handle so many students at one time, and once they're all filled up, that's the end of it. There's no guarantee we'll hold sessions next year or the year after either, so don't hesitate to grab life and make it your own. Not pouncing at what you want can be a huge mistake, trust me. If I had asked Lucas about his work when he first drove up to Starbucks like I wanted, I could have been making 10 times as much as I am now. In fact, it's my only regret about it all. And listen, I know it can be intimidating taking the leap. That's why I'm backing up each and every order with my personal ironclad 60-day guarantee. If you don't make your money back in the first 2 months of following this system and starting your store, I'll cover the full cost of your investment, no questions asked. The risk is entirely on me. You've got nothing to lose and literally millions to gain from this thriving industry. You've heard of Bitcoin and how it's gone from being worth less than a dime to nearly 20K? This is like getting in on Bitcoin when it was valued at $100. And if you don't act now, you're bound to miss out. Click below to start building your online business today before this once in a lifetime opportunities pass forever. This is the time you can change your life. You can turn it into whatever you want it to be, and you can finally achieve your wildest dreams. So, whether you've already got your $1 million idea or just passionate about starting your own online store, Shopifortunes is the fastest way to get up and running in no time flat. And it's also the smartest way to scale your online business for success. And if you do it right, you'll be making thousands a day in revenue before you know it. Just like me, just like Lucas, and just like the other select few who know these top secret strategies. Well, are you ready? Just click below to get started and I'll see you on the other side. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Welcome to the Syndicate. To your success, Tim Rose.